Paradise Center for the Arts and their bright future. Executive Director, of course, Ryan Heinrichs resigned, but I think they're very close to announcing a new Executive Director. We'll get the details from Kevin Voracek, who wears many hats. He, of course, is a member of the Faribault City Council, but he's also on the board for the Paradise. Judy Faulkner is their operations manager, at least that's what it says on the Paradise website now. Jerry will be hosting the show tomorrow. He has not informed me what his show will be about, which is not new. Wednesday, the Shepherd Center of the Cannon Valley is doing a benefit concert. Caitlin Smith, a Cannon Falls native, who's a Nashville recording artist, will be doing the concert. And we're looking forward to visiting with her and Rod Johnson, who's the executive director of the Shepherd Center of the Cannon Valley, on Wednesday's AM Minnesota program. She'll be joining us via telephone from Nashville. Rod will be here in studio with me, so we're looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. I heard a couple of voice tracks. She has got an incredible voice. Why she hasn't become a singing superstar, I don't know. A lot of her songs, however, that she's written have been recorded. Garth Brooks has recorded a few of them, and some big names. Carrie Underwood, you can name the big name country music stars, and virtually all of them have sung a song that she has written. So she's making money that way. Oh, he said I gotta write me a country tune. Todd Sesker, superintendent of Faribault Public Schools. We've had to move him a couple of times. I hope we don't have to do that this week. He'll be with us on Thursday's AM Minnesota program, and then we'll be broadcasting live from the thrift store in downtown Faribault on Friday. Be part of a remote broadcast from the thrift store. AM Minnesota will originate from there on Friday. So we'll be downtown broadcasting live. So I mentioned in studio today, we've got Julie and Kevin with us, and I guess first of all, we'll get a bit of your backgrounds. Julie, how long have you been with the Paradise?
I started volunteering with the Paradise in 2009, and I started working for the Paradise in 2011.
You enjoy it?
I love it. We're very fortunate to have the Paradise, and I can't imagine not being there.
It is fantastic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's one of the hidden gems that isn't so hidden, because it's right downtown.
Right downtown.
Here in Faribault. I mean, it's fantastic that we have that here. No question about that. And Kevin, you've been on the city council how long now?
I do believe it's 6 years now.
That long?
Yeah, it's amazing how time flies. I got in on a half a term, and then I ran for a full term, and just keeps on going.
And obviously you enjoy that, or you wouldn't still be doing it?
That is very true. I love it very much. It's very eye-opening to see what actually goes on the inside versus the rumors that you hear at the coffee shop.
No, that's true. And the board of the
On the board of the Paradise Directors for about 5 years now. And this is my first Kentucky Derby party I'm running, but it's also my fourth blue collar barbecue that'll be running.
Oh, so you're running the Kentucky Derby event this weekend?
Yep, Saul Lockerbie was originally in charge of it, but he has to go do a run this weekend somewhere out of town, so he's helping us plan it. Actually, the whole board is helping plan the Kentucky Derby, but Saul will be out of town, so I take over the MC duties.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
So you've been practicing a little bit?
Yeah, I sing in the shower, just so I can have some talent.
You got to run the horses, right?
Yes.
Fastest 2 minutes in sports. Isn't that what they call it?
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
That's it. I was going to say the fastest would be 2 minutes is 2 minutes is 2 minutes. I mean,
right.
You can't speed up 2 minutes, right?
No.
Most exciting 2 minutes
yes.
in sports. Are you a horse race guy?
I am not. No.
I'm not either, really. How about you, Julie?
This is the only time I watch it is for the Kentucky Derby and our Big Hats, Big Hearts annual auction for the arts.
Although, to be quite honest with you, it is on my bucket list. I would love to be at the Kentucky Derby when it's being run.
Well, the next best thing is to be at the Paradise this Saturday and watch it on the big screen.
There you go. How big is the screen?
24 feet. So, we don't even measure it in inches at that point.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Is it a good time?
It is. It is. You come to the event, and we've got some games you can play. You can drink mint and juleps, watch the race, and during the race, the silent auction is going on. And then shortly after the race is concluded, then we move into our live auction.
And there's something about big hats, too, in your title.
Yep, we dress up like we're going to the Kentucky Derby. We all get our big hats out and dress up. You don't have to dress up, but a lot of people do, and it's fun to see what people come as, or what they come wearing.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of things going on at the Paradise. They got art classes and stuff coming up, too. I'm sure Julie would like to touch on that. We'll get some more details about this weekend's event from Kevin, too, when AM Minnesota continues. But right now, On AM Minnesota today, we've got the Arts Best Friends in studio. Julie Faulkner is the operations manager, and Kevin Barachek is, of course, a member of their board of directors. How many members are there on the board, Kevin?
I think we currently have 12. It varies a little bit. People step off and step on, and Jason Hoffman just stepped down as our president, and I don't think we voted on a new president yet, have we?
Next board meeting.
Next board meeting. So
Which is?
the second Monday of every month, so in about a week.
And if a person were interested in being on your board, do you take anybody? Or?
Yeah, all kinds of walks of life. So.
I mean, you would take a funky radio guy or something?
Yeah. Chris Nelson just came onto the board. We've known about Chris in Faribault for years with the Nelson's grocery store and through different other organizations in town. So he's one of our newest board members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nort Johnson.
Yeah. And Carla Woodside from Faribault.
Woodside.
Sorry, Jana Woodside. Not her older sister, but Jana Woodside from the Faribault Woolen Mills. So, yeah.
And the board meets just the once a month?
Correct.
And you develop policies, you set budget, that sort of thing?
Yep, and then we approve different events, always the financials every month, and overlook and see what's going on for events and what events are making money, and a lot of that is left up to the individual committees, like the gallery committee or the music committee. They really decide what's going on, and the board just gives a nod.
I know you probably can't make any earth-shattering announcements now, but can you give us a hint? Are you close to hiring a new executive director?
There has been an offer made to a person from out of town that is very interested in the position, and looking at the resume, possibly overqualified, but he's very excited to come to Faribault.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely.
We always like overqualified people, don't we, Julie?
Yes, we do.
So maybe in a couple of weeks we can have another AM Minnesota show with him and get you introduced.
Oh, I would love that. Would love to have him on a regular basis like we did with Ryan.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome. So Julie, you talked about, now as operations manager, is this a different title since Ryan left, or how does that work?
It's a different title as of January 1st. They promoted me. I'm in charge of education, gallery, facilities, and volunteers, administrative assistant work, pretty much a jack of all trades.
And master of everything.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades, master of everything. I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be the title, Julie.
That might explain it better.
Yeah. So you're in charge of the arts classes. You're
Yes.
an artist yourself.
Yes, I am.
And what medium are you involved in?
I do acrylic painting. I paint domestic animals, basically cats and dogs.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had a dog once that I drew.
Okay.
That was in our high school art show.
Wow.
Probably the best drawing I ever had. It was the only drawing I did freehand where you could actually see what it was.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it was, I have to say, it was pretty nice. Got in the art show anyway.
Yeah.
I just got back from a trip to Italy
Oh, I bet you saw lots of art.
couple weeks. Oh my word, the art is incredible in those massive cathedrals.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the top 10 cathedrals in the world, and I saw 3 of them on that trip. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
And most of them were built before we were even thought of as a country. That just blows my mind. It's hard to get your mind around that, you know?
Yeah.
That it was a vibrant area of the world before U.S. of A. was even around. I mean, I'm sure there were some Native Americans here.
Right.
But we weren't the U.S. of A.
No.
It's just amazing. And hopefully someday people will say that about the Paradise Center for the Arts.
Yes, we hope so. We do have a lot of classes we offer at the Paradise. Coming up this week, April 30th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. we have a fused glass class with Dale Brown. Dale's done several classes for us, and I believe he's doing a fused glass camp for children and adults in June. Most of our summer classes are coming up are for children. We've got painting classes in July, pottery, kids hand building, wheel throwing. Our popular classes with Diane Lockerbie are coming back in July. She always does the kids hand building, wheel throwing. And our theater camp in the Spotlight, taught by Rachel Hyder, will be the first 2 weeks in August. Those are some of our big classes that we do every year, and the kids absolutely love them.
You always have a good lineup of adult classes too?
We do have some adult classes. We've got some pottery scheduled right now, and the fused glass and the painting classes can also be taken by the adults.
Is all that on your website?
It's on our website, paradisecenterforthearts.org. And you can also call us at 507-332-7372 and register over the phone too, or just stop in and see us.
I would assume that you have a limit.
Yes, we don't have the biggest classroom, so sizes are, or it's limited.
Is that the biggest challenge, Julie? And I would think that finding an artist that's a good teacher, that's not necessarily going to happen.
It
might be a great artist, but they're not the best teacher. Or they might be a great teacher and not the best artist.
Yes, it does happen. Yep, definitely.
So how do you go about doing that?
The ones we have scheduled right now, we've had these teachers several times, and just go based on how much the students enjoy the class and the end product.
Have you taught yourself?
Yes, I've been teaching paint a portrait of your pet classes, and I've taught 3-year-olds to adults.
Cool.
Yeah.
I bet your favorite's the 3-year-old.
I like the little kids. They're more adventurous. They don't have all the limitations that the adults have.
Yeah. Well, why is that?
I don't think they know about the limitations yet.
Society hasn't stifled them yet.
No. Don't you wish you were more like a 3-year-old?
I try to be. My wife doesn't like it, but...
Probably not. That guy doesn't go over too well at home. Now, honey, you can put the bib on me. Anyway, this weekend, the big event is...
Paradise Center for the Arts has the Kentucky Derby and Big Hats, Big Hearts auction.
And tell us what happens there.
Well, you come down to the Paradise, and we have a silent auction set up with a multitude of donations on it. It's almost a 2-page list that Julie has in front of us here. And then there's a live auction after the horses run that Ed, the auctioneer from Northfield, puts on for us. And we've got some great donations on there. Everything from Chanhassen dinner tickets to moving to the live auction. We have a Kentucky bourbon and Tennessee whiskey sampling for $6. The sheriff and chief of police are not doing the breakfast and bullets this year. They've done that for a few years in the past, but so we talked to the mayor, and the mayor is actually doing dinner for $6 with the sheriff in his loft. So you can come down and bid on that, and the sheriff and mayor will make you supper.
Oh, in the mayor's loft?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You meant the sheriff's loft. I was trying to figure out where that might be.
Probably above the sheriff's
jail.
department.
Yeah, there you go.
Or maybe he'll put you in a jail. You can have lunch in a jail.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, and then we've got a gift basket from Finally a Gift Shop. We've got season passes to the Straight River Golf Course. Your favorite, we've got a clock from Flair Furniture. They come down every Christmas and do the clocks for you guys. We have lots of things from the Paradise. We just this weekend got in a children's pizza party before one of the family shows. We got tickets for $20 and pizza for that.
And this is really Italian pizza.
From the Signature, so yes. However you want to classify that.
They have very good pizza.
Yes, they do.
It rivals anything you'll have in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's good to know.
I kid you not.
I can just put on my blinders and pretend I'm in Italy.
There you go. You won't know the difference.
Yes. Yeah, so, the community really steps up and helps us out with this auction and donates a lot of things from breakfast at Boxers to, lunches everywhere around town and lots of balcony rentals at the Paradise and like I said, the bourbon and Tennessee whiskey sampling. Maybe there's some varieties older than some of your listeners. You never know.
Could be.
So, yeah, it'll be a fun time, and it starts at 4 o'clock. The whole event does. If you can't make it at 4, about 5:45, we'll start the live auction. So come on down and join us just for that if you can.
And what time do they run the roses?
Post time is 5:24 this year.
You picking a horse?
I don't even know who's running yet. So as I'm having my mint julep on Saturday, I'll look at the horses and I'll pick one.
Okay. Is that part of the event too? You get to pick a horse?
Yep, we do a run place show where you can pick a horse that you think is going to do great in the event, and if yours is one, then you win a prize. So.
We also have door prizes. So if you get the winning horse, you win the door prize.
Do you vote on the best hat?
We have not.
That might be a good thing to do.
Yeah, best dressed. You never know.
Well, I would never win that category, but I might be able to find the best hat somewhere.
Well, our hats, a lot of them come from...
The Crafty Maven.
So
For sure.
They've
Yeah.
got some beautiful hats left. Just head down there and get your hat.
My wife's headed down there this week to find a new one, so it's always interesting what those gals can put together for you.
If you have an old hat, they can redecorate it for you too.
Yeah, but it's hard to see the screen over all them hats. Or do you?
That's why it's a 24-foot screen, so you can just look around the hat.
Well, there you go. So that's the event to be at this weekend. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It always is. It always is. And we're always trying to grow it. We had 70 people last year. We're hoping for 170 this year. So Hy-Vee does a great job at catering our food for the event. And like I said, we got mint juleps and the bar is open. And it's just a great afternoon of fun. Usually it starts about 4 o'clock. Usually out by 7:30. So it's a good afternoon of fun.
And it's a fundraiser.
Yes.
That is correct.
Proceeds go toward.
Paradise Center for the Arts, so we can continue our programming and our education.
Fantastic. So it's all for a great cause too.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot of fun. You don't have to do anything pre-sign up or anything?
No, tickets are $17 for members, $22 for non-members, and we're actually doing a membership drive, as we always are. So if you renew your membership, you get 3 free tickets to the event.
You hear that?
Yep, renew your membership.
Can't do better than that. Renew your membership this week and you get into this event for free.
Absolutely, and we give you 3 tickets, so if you're a couple, you can bring somebody else with you. So introduce them to the Paradise is the idea of the 3rd ticket.
Well, you can't beat that idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So get on over there and take that in. You don't even have to be a horse fan. You were mentioning that you're not a big horse race fan.
I'm not a horse race fan, but I enjoy the auction. I've actually bought 2 trips on the auctions over the years, plus a multitude of other items off the events. So, and actually we just got back from Florida from the one that we bought last year.
Wow. So you got trips on this one?
Yes, we got, they're always coming in till the final thing, but I know we've got a gunfront-like getaway. So spend 7 days and 6 nights in a newly renovated cozy cabin that sleeps comfortably 4 and accommodates 7. So, and that's a great donation. We've also got 2 round-trip economy class tickets from Delta Airlines donated by ABC Travel. So things always keep falling in.
To anywhere?
To anywhere in the 48 upper states. So, yeah.
Might have to bid on that baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the great thing with auctions, charity auctions like this, that people often forget, are that you're supposed to pay full price or a little bit more than the actual price because it's something that you're going to use. Plus you get a tax write-off for it.
And it's a fundraiser.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So like, you know you're going to have your oil changed, so go down and buy our 12 oil changes at Glen Shell gas station. You know, they donated 12 oil changes. You're going to use it, but at least you get a tax write-off this way. And you help out the Paradise.
I never even thought. I didn't know you could do that.
Absolutely. That's because we're a non-profit, so
The
everything...
difference between the actual price of the oil change and what you
No,
pay.
the whole amount that you do. Like, so my trip that I just got back from Florida on, I wrote off the whole stay that I had down in Florida because I had bought it at the Derby.
Wow.
So check with your tax
I was
accountant, of
just
course.
gonna say, I want to check with your tax advisor on this thing.
But I always hand my accountant paperwork, and she goes, okay, thank you. Here's your list of donations that you've done this year, and we can write off this many dollars this year, and we'll take the rest to next year. So it's always a great way to help out a local organization.
Yeah, and who doesn't want to help out the Paradise? You wanted to bring something up, Julie, I can tell.
Well, also on the silent auction, we have some classes. So if you can't make it to the classes we have scheduled, we have, like Diane Lockerbie has a private class for 4. You can schedule that when it works for you. And it would be only whoever you invite. So those are nice too.
There's 2 Diane wine classes on there. Barb Larson from the Chamber got one last year, and she said that it was an absolute fun time to do it. You get to drink wine while you dye scarves. So.
I'd love to see them scarves.
Well, hopefully they're tie-dyed, because they would be anyway.
After a bottle or 2 of the wine. We had some wine in Italy that was 28% alcohol.
Wow.
Wow. On our auction, we actually have a wine tasting for 10 from one of our wine vendors. So private in-home tasting. You and your buddies can get together and taste the case of wine. Have a good time.
Are you a wine person?
I am. Yep, I used to go out to a few of the wine clubs over the years, and over the years my flavors have changed, but I still fall back on it during the winter when I want something nice and warm.
Sure. How about you, Julie?
Yeah, I prefer the wine.
White, red?
Both.
You like them both?
Yep.
See, I was always a red guy until I went on this trip.
Right.
For whatever reason, I like the white over there better than the red.
And I bet you had a lot of warm whites too. They weren't always refrigerated.
Yes.
Yes,
of course.
Changes the flavor on everything.
Yes, and they always gave you something to eat before you did the tasting.
Right.
I've never done a wine tasting
You got to
before.
cleanse your palate.
I was being educated while I was there.
We have a beer club in Faribault that gets together once a month, and we never cleanse our palates. We just drink more beer and wash off the rest
Well,
of it.
there you go. And this is the microbrew.
Yes. Well, microbrews and a lot of home brewers from Faribault.
Sure.
You know, we've got the new brewery opening in Faribault, which hopefully should be open anytime now. But it's amazing how many home brewers there are around the area that are hiding in the woodwork.
And they all do taste different.
Absolutely, every one of them. Yep. And we used to have a home brew on the auction, but this year they went for such a high dollar amount at Babs, and so he's just trying to get those ones scheduled in that he couldn't commit to us. So we hope that comes back next year.
Oh, okay. So you got to have some other. You have classes on the auction, right?
Yes, we do.
The adult classes. What do those normally run, Julie? Just so I have some idea what to bid.
I would say, well, normal class is probably $30 per person. So if you have 4 people, it could be up to $120.
Okay. It gives me some idea anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously, as Kevin mentioned earlier, you want to bid more than what it's
Yes.
worth.
Well, and the nice thing about these is then you can schedule them so it works for you. Because people are so busy, it's hard to get everybody together. So you can have the class and schedule it when you want it.
It's hard to believe we're that busy. But it's true.
Well, and we were just on Power 96 earlier, and we were talking about the busiest weekend in Faribault, which will be August 8th. And it's the Blue Collar Barbecue, which I hope most people have been to. There's music and food and arts all day. But also that weekend is VA's 150th reunion.
That's right.
And it's the hospice ride. It's Relay for Life.
Oh,
and it's
we got a lot of stuff going on that
it's
weekend.
Ivan Willock Carve Fest, and Pregnancy Option has a 5 and 10K, and all
On the
kinds of
same
things.
weekend?
All on the same weekend.
Yep.
So
What do we all pick that weekend for?
well, that way if you have friends from out of town, you can book a hotel room and just keep them in town and show them how great it is.
Yeah, I know.
Promote Faribault.
I didn't realize there was that much going on the same weekend as our relay.
Yes. So don't schedule anything out of town because you'll be busy in town.
Oh, boy. Usually I like getting down and having me some ribs.
Well, we'll have plenty of ribs there.
Yeah, but I'll be at the relay.
Well, the relay's on Friday, though. We're on
Oh,
Saturday.
the ribs is on Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay.
see?
So you
You'll
can
be
do
there.
both.
Now I can hit both. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Well, that's growing every year.
Absolutely. We had
Ribs.
over 6,000 last year. We're hoping for over 7,000 this year. So it's a great event. It's a family-friendly event. There's always things going on, barbecue competitions, and the art festival is always growing, and we're always getting more vendors with their wares in and their homemade trinkets. And the barbecue contest actually doubled in size last year over the previous year. Our bands, we've got live music from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. of all genres. It's actually very interesting. Moses Oakley and 8th Street Band from Northfield. So it's everywhere across the board. So there's always something for everybody.
There'll be some music that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the music, we'll throw you in the bouncy houses, and you can bounce around them and then come back out and try the music.
Well, there you go.
Or just come and visit the Paradise Center for the Arts.
Yeah.
And that's, the Paradise runs this, right?
Absolutely. That's a Paradise fundraiser. Yep. So another fundraiser to keep the beautiful Paradise open.
Well, and that's what it takes. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mhm.
And actually on the auction block this year, we're also doing a funded need, because if you drive by the Paradise at night, you'll notice that our marquee is currently black because our computer controller died for it. So we're going to do a funded need on the actual auction block this year and try to raise enough money to replace it. And if we go over what we need for this immediate replacement, we're going to try to replace the panels that actually hold all the numbers, because all the plastic is starting to crack because it's weathered over the years. And hopefully we'll get it replaced with digital boards so that we don't have to go out in the middle of the winter and change the numbers.
Aha. Any idea what this is going to run?
Well, the immediate need is $4,000 for the hardware, and that does not include installation. But we're probably guessing between $30,000 and $40,000 on upgrading to digital. So, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the cost of a regular TV these days, it's going to be more than that. So, we got to be prepared for it. And there's always things that are breaking. Our elevator just broke at the Paradise, so that cost us what, $1,500 to fix.
Haven't seen the bill yet.
Yeah, so, there's always things that eat away. We've got the north wall is actually falling off the Paradise, so we have to spend about $110,000 to retuck point the building to fix those issues too. So That's the problem with aging buildings, is there's always something going wrong.
Yeah, well, you saw restoration scaffolding around a lot of buildings when we were in Italy.
Absolutely, I
We
believe
were
it.
constantly doing restoration, and those buildings are a lot older than the Paradise.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, but you gotta maintain them, otherwise they fall over, and as downtown Faribault has seen on a couple of buildings, we don't want it to fall over and be propped up again.
It's hard to believe, but the Colosseum, the Roman Colosseum, was built in 8 years.
Wow.
And it takes us 3 years to build a Viking Stadium. And they didn't have near the tools we have now.
Right. But the Viking Stadium will only last 20, 30 years, and they'll want a new one, I'm sure.
And this has been centuries, the Roman Colosseum.
Exactly.
Go figure, please. Go
Yeah.
figure. Well, thanks for coming in today again, and you want to highlight the hours for the event this Saturday?
4 to 7 at the Paradise Center for the Arts, and
We'll
the
get
live.
tickets in advance, Kevin?
Yes, absolutely. Swing down to the Paradise, and they will get you tickets. And don't forget to renew your membership. You get 3 free tickets, or get a new membership and get 3 free tickets.
And something new, you can buy your tickets online. Go to our website, Paradise Center for the Arts.org, and you go under tickets, and you can buy them right then and there.
Is this for everything now?
That's for our performances and our events, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep, brand new. Ryan did that right before he left.
Neat option. I
Yeah.
like that.
Everything except for the Merlin player shows. They haven't gone digital yet.
Okay. Paradise Center for the Arts.org.
Yes.
Paradise Center for the Arts.org. You can purchase your tickets online now.
Yep,
Box office hours are the same though, noon to 5 through Saturday,
yep, Tuesday through
Starting
Saturday,
tomorrow.
yep.
and at 8 o'clock Thursday night. Fantastic. Thanks again.
It's like you've done
Appreciate
those before.
it. Kevin,
Yeah.
appreciate you stopping in.
Absolutely.
And thanks, Julie.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if I can find a hat that I can
Head over to the Crafty Maven. They'll make you one.
want to be seen in public in, you know.
I saw Finally a Gift Shop had some hats down there too, so they were gentlemen's hats, but I don't know. I
Well,
haven't
you
been
don't
there.
want us to wear a ladies' hat, do you?
Well, you could try anything you want. There's that guy on the news right now having a sex change. I'm sure he's got some big hats.
Oh, Mr. Jenner?
Yes.
The former Olympian?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the world coming to? All right, that concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota.